What if you could train your brain for success? Just like you train a muscle at the gym. Well, today, we're diving into the neuroscience of peak performance. We're going to use some really actionable insights from neurologist Dr. Sweta Adatia to show you exactly how to redesign your brain starting, well, tomorrow.
All right, let's just jump right into the big question, the one everyone's thinking. Are some people just wired differently? Is there some special billionaire brain that they're born with? Or is it something that the rest of us can actually build for ourselves?
Well, according to Dr. Adatia, the answer is a huge yes. You can absolutely build it. The potential isn't just for a select few, it's already in your head. The whole point is, it's not about the brain you were born with, it's all about the brain you choose to design.
So, where in the world do you even start with a project like that? Look, it's not about some massive life overhaul overnight. It all starts with the very first hour of your day. It's all about understanding your brain's natural rhythm as it wakes up.
You see, your brain isn't just some on-off switch. It's a really sophisticated engine, and it needs a proper warm-up. It's designed to move through these different brainwave states, kind of shifting gears gradually from that deep sleep delta state all the way up to full wide-awake beta alertness.
So, what do most of us do? We jolt ourselves awake with a blaring alarm clock, right? Dr. Adatia has this perfect analogy for it. Neurologically speaking, it's like trying to start a car in fifth gear. It just doesn't work. You're forcing this massive jump that puts a ton of stress on your brain's engine. And this, right here, this is the choice we face every single morning. We could either work with our brain, easing it through those really creative and resourceful alpha and theta states, or we can fight against it. We can flood our system with stress hormones and basically sabotage our focus before the day is even really started.
Okay, so how do we actually choose that better path? How do we do it right? Well, Dr. Adatia offers this really simple but really powerful framework to structure that first hour. And it's an easy-to-remember acronym, MOVERS. Now, I know what you're thinking. That looks like a lot to cram into 1 hour. But here's the key. It's not about how long you do it, it's about doing it consistently. We're talking about tiny 5-minute chunks. 5 minutes of meditation, 5 minutes of deep breathing. That's it. That's all it takes to start making a change.
Let's just zoom in on one of these for a second. V for visualization. This isn't just wishful thinking, okay? It is a legitimate neurological hack. There was this fascinating study on piano players. One group physically practiced, the other group only imagined practicing. And the result? The brain growth in both groups was almost identical. Your brain, a lot of the time, can't tell the difference between what's real and what's vividly imagined.
So what is actually going on inside your head when you do these rituals? Well, you're essentially running a training session for the most important part of your brain, its command center.
Think of it like this. There's this constant tug of war going on in your brain. On one side, you've got the primitive limbic system. Let's call it the watchman. It operates on pure instinct, fight, flight, fear, freeze. But on the other side, you have the evolved frontal cortex, the CEO, which is responsible for control, choices, and command.
And get this, here's a pretty shocking number. For most of us, that reactive watchman is in control about 80% of the time. Just think about that. That's where all those loops of worry, procrastination, and those knee-jerk emotional reactions come from. But, and this is a big but, here is the empowering part. Habits like that movers routine, they're literally a workout for your brain's CEO. Every single time you meditate or visualize or exercise, you are physically strengthening the neural pathways in your frontal cortex. You're giving your CEO more power to respond thoughtfully instead of just reacting. And this brings us to what is maybe the most powerful idea of all. You are not stuck. The brain you have today does not have to be the brain you have tomorrow. You can fundamentally change its structure. This is all possible because of something called neuroplasticity. Your brain isn't a fixed, hardwired machine. It's much more like clay, and it's constantly being molded and reshaped by your daily thoughts, your actions, and your habits. And guess what? You are the sculptor. And this, right here, is Dr. Adatia's most profound point. When you use these tools to change your brain, you're not just tinkering with an organ inside your skull. You are fundamentally changing the way you see the world, the way you interact with it, and the way you create your entire reality. So it really all comes down to this. Your daily habits are actively sculpting your brain, right now. And now you know you hold the tools to strengthen your CEO,
and literally rewire your reality. So the only question left is, what are you going to start building tomorrow morning?